Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am the Channeling Goddess. If you are new here, hi, hello. If you are returning back, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a pick a card reading all about your soul's contract for this lifetime. So what are some things that you came here to fulfill? What are some, we'll get some messages from Spirit about to kind of dive a little bit deeper into what it is that you're fulfilling via your soul contract. If soul contracts are not something that you believe in, that this is probably not the video for you. I will say that there are some additional messages in here, even if you don't believe in soul contracts. But if you find that term to be a little bit weird, then this is probably not the reading for you. Okay. So we do have two piles here. I will say before you pick your pile, make sure that you tap into your own intuition and ask Spirit for the messages that you need to hear. Ask for confirmation. Set the intention that you will receive whatever messages it is that you need to receive at this time from these readings. So we have card number 1, which is card 51, Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibility. And then we have pile number 2, which is Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call, card number 13. Okay, so go ahead, take some time out, tap into your own energy. I normally take 3 mindful deep breaths. You want to inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 3, exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. This helps you get more in tune with your own intuition. I would do that first, and then choose your pile. So I will have the timestamps in the description box below, and I will see you in your pile. Bye. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibilities, card number 51, then you are in the right pile. So the first thing I'm getting from this this card specifically is part of your soul contract here is to open up yourself more to things outside of you. And I'll give you an example. Maybe in previous incarnations you stuck to a specific religion, right? This is just an example. It doesn't have to be this. Let's say you stuck to a specific religion and you question maybe during that lifetime, you know, could there be more? Is there more? Right? And I just saw 44. Could there be more? Is there more? And maybe you never got a chance to explore that in a previous life, but the soul contract that you signed here for this particular lifetime was to open yourself up to more, right? To open yourself up to more freedom, to open yourself up to receive everything. Some of you, part of your soul contract is to have limitless possibilities, okay, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to warn you, if this has not already happened, there's a reason why you're in this reading, because it's probably going to start happening now. You may start to get everything that you wish for. And it may feel a little creepy, okay? You may think something. So like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're at home and you want wine and you're like, God, I really would like a glass of wine, or I would really like a bottle of wine or something like that. And it may show up to your door. And I know that's impossible, but speaking from someone who, I used to have this saying where, because I loved wine, I used to have this saying where every morning I would get up and say, I think I used to say, impossible miracles are happening to me every day. Impossible miracles are happening for me every day. Impossible miracles. I used to say it all the time. And I think probably like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks after I started saying that, a case of wine showed up on my doorstep. And I love me a good bottle of wine, okay? So I was trying to do the right thing, right? So I called the place. And because I didn't order it, it wasn't me. I called the place and I was like, hey, like, you know, I think this was delivered to the wrong address. It has my name on it, but I really believe it was delivered to the wrong address. I did not order this. I don't have an account with you all. I even went and looked and checked my bank statement. Nothing has been charged to my card. So the individual on the phone was like, hey, we'll email you a return, post it, and you can send it back to us. And I was like, great, right? But then they called me back and said, you know what, we're just going to allow you to keep the wine, right? And while that may be small to other people, at the time, that was huge for me, just massive for me. And I haven't thought about that. That was years ago, probably 4, maybe 5 years ago. I haven't thought about that in a long time. For some of you, that's going to be what your life is going to be like. If it's not now, it is going to happen very soon, because the fact that you are on this reading, to me, is just confirmation for you that this is coming for you. Okay. And you may have started to see it in small ways. And it may not always be good. Maybe you're saying, oh my God, things never happen right for me. And then all of a sudden nothing goes right. Right. So my first advice to you would be to be very careful with the thoughts that you're having, with the way you speak about yourself, with the way you speak life or death or poverty or growth or success. Be careful about how you speak that into your life, because something about you being tapped in to the universe, because that's what this looks like to me. It's like you're going to be tapped into the universe, that you're going to be able to get whatever you want, right? And most people would hear this and say, well, there's got to be a limit. For the word limitless possibilities to be here tells me that there will be no limit. So I will say this again: be careful what you open your mouth and ask Spirit for. Be careful what you speak about. And I just saw 444, and I think we saw 44 in the beginning. Be careful about what you speak about in those quiet moments when it's just you. Be careful where you let your mind go. Be careful of that, because something about your intention, something about your word, something about what you do with your hands is going to bring in like everything. Like I'm seeing like the I think it's the 8 of Wands, where on the card it's like going this way, like a whole lot of ones, or at least in the one I'm used to seeing, it goes like, it looked like it's going straight toward a person. It may come in very fast. Like I said, it may feel freaky. It may feel like you are like the real definition of a magician, right? So I would advise you to be very careful with what you are doing. For some of you, you're going to bring in a lot of success with your hands, because the hands on this card is making me think, like, you see how he's like this, or this person is like this. Something about this, you're going to do very, very well with your hands. Something about you working with your hands is you tapping into your creative abilities. It's you tapping into spirits. It's almost like Spirit is going to have his hands on what you do. Spirit is going to have his hands on like anything that you do with your hands. So if you make pottery, if you, I don't know, if you're a freelance writer, if you are a sculptor, if you are a painter, if your job requires you to do almost everything with your hands, right? Something about that is going to be it's going to open up limitless possibilities for you, where you're going to be able to do so much. And you may not be ready for this. So that's why I'm saying to be careful, like what energy you put in, what you give yourself, what you give to others, what you speak over yourself. Be very, very careful, because something about this feels very divinely guided. You feel very tapped in. Like I said, if this has not happened before, it will start to happen now. Something about maybe your reality is going to shift. I'm hearing Kundalini awakening. Something about this is going to shift. For some of you, this could be during meditation. I don't know if you're trying meditation for the first time, or for the first time, you're really going to like, I don't want to say learn how to meditate, but you're going to find your perfect way of meditating, and it is going to open up a completely different world for you. If it's not meditation, it is connecting with the breath. It is connecting with the universe. So however you do that, whether it's through music, whether it's through standing in the grass or sitting in silence, however you connect with the universe, something about you doing that is going to tap you into limitless possibilities, into things that you never thought you could have, see, feel, touch, taste. Something about this is going to transform your entire reality. Okay. I do want to read this one from the book. And I opened right to it just to see if there's any additional messages here. Okay. So we have Card number 51, it says stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. Okay. So it says embracing opportunity. When you look up into the velvet night or dark blanket of the night sky covering the vast expanse of space, can you count all the stars twinkling above? Can you imagine that you are only glimpsing a teeny sliver of what is actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibility, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made of and have now at your disposal. Yeah. It says have now at your disposal. For some of you, this is happening right now. Like this is going to start happening now. I wouldn't even be surprised if you are a very intuitive person, if your intuition starts to pick up. Okay. It says your life right now is alive with possibilities and needs your clear focus to hone in on what avenue of exploration most calls to you. It's time to choose and not be distracted by the sheer magnitude of what may be. For some of you, you're thinking about a future or a issue that has not happened, okay? It says, be here now. Gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams. Focus on the brightest stars in your never-ending sky. Take small steps, small movements toward calling this glittering potential into reality. If you can imagine this and hold that vision, you will summon all the celestial helpers and guides to aid you in bringing it to fruition. Keep your focus on the essence of potential rather than the form of it. The universe has its own ideas of how best to serve you and all of us at the same time. Trust this as fact rather than theory, and you ought not act surprised when your dreams come true, for they surely will exactly how you need them to. Yes, to me, that's just confirmation, right? That so much is going to be open, like the possibilities are going to be limitless. So much is going to be opened up to you. So much is going to come to fruition for you. But there's something about your own ability to believe in yourself, your own ability to see things as they are, but to also be willing to accept help if it's when it comes in, accept guidance from the universe when it is coming in. For some of you, I would advise meditation, maybe some taking some time in silence may be very, very beneficial for you. Okay, so let's get you a couple of cards to see what messages Spirit has. Spirit, can we get, and I saw this when I was shuffling the divine timing evaluation. For something about this, it makes me think about, it makes me think that right now is like, okay, because I have to stop and listen to what I'm getting. So for some of you, this divine timing card makes me think about someone who's saying, well, I held the vision in my head before and it didn't work out. And now you're telling me to try again? Yes, because divine timing is at play. Now is the right time, okay? And that's whenever you're coming across this video. I don't care if it's 6 years from now. That time when you see this video, it is the right time, okay? Let's get you a couple of cards. Spirit, can we get a couple of cards for pile number 1, please? Almost card you pile number 2. Okay, we have the Spy Master. Knowledge, distrust. Yes, what was I just saying? What did I just say about the divine timing? You're saying to yourself, I did this before. It didn't work out. And now you're telling me to do it again? Yes. Divine timing. And the fact that this distrust came out is just confirmation that, and it's not, I think Spirit is acknowledging that we understand why you distrust. We understand why it's so hard for you to just like put your faith in us because you thought you did it before and it didn't work out. And it was because it was divine timing. It was not the right time. Had we let you move, whatever, the thing was at that time, then it would have done more harm than good. Okay. Spirit, can we get some more cards, please? It's too many. Can we get some more cards, please, for pile number 1? I think you were the pile where I saw 44 and then 444. And then I was just looking at this. It's 51, which is 1 minus 5 is 4. So the number 4 may be very significant for you. You may start to see 44 or 444 a lot. Okay. Then we have the Painter, Productivity, Creation. Okay. Spirit, can we get a couple of more cards, please? Ooh. Alrighty. We have the Patron, Mentorship, Finances. We have the Forgotten, Missed Opportunities, Fear, Failure. Yep. Didn't I just talk about that? Come on. Okay, Spirit, can I get one more card and then a bottom deck energy, please? One more card. Some of you, you're definitely getting a reversal of fortune because that was trying to come out. All right, and then, yep, this came out again. So we have the Acolyte, new projects, learning. Bottom deck energy is the Waker, awareness, reflection. So we're going to put that here. Okay, pile number 2. Pile number 1. Some of you may have actually come from pile number 2, or there may be a message for you in pile number 2. So, because I keep wanting to call you pile number 2, and I don't know why. So the first card you have is a Spy Master, which is knowledge. You have knowledge, distrust. Like I said before, some of you may have given or thought, or maybe you gave Spirit or thought you let go, right? You let go and you were like, I'm just going to trust Spirit. And it didn't work out the way you thought. And I just saw 1404. It didn't work out the way you thought. And now you're saying, well, channeling goddess, you just asked me to do that again. I already did and it didn't work out. Spirit is saying now is divine timing. For some of you, this has to do with a key. You may be getting a house, a car, anything that is key related, because I'm being drawn to the key here. Some of you may start to see crows. I'm specifically seeing like 2 crows on a fence in my mind's eye. That may also be a sign. For some of you, this new thing could result in marriage, because something about the band around the finger makes me think of marriage. So for some of you, you could be getting married. If so, congratulations. For some of you, you could be finding your forever partner. But there's so much that's happening for you, right? And I think because I was starting to get all of that, the car, the house, the crows, the marriage, like to me, that's Spirit confirming that there is going to be limitless possibilities, right? Then you have the painter here, productivity, creation. For some of you, this limitless possibility could be all about you creating. I think I talked about this in the beginning, that something about what you do with your hands. I think I even said a painter. Something about what you do with your hands is going to be, for some reason, it feels like that opens up limitless possibilities. It like something you're going to create. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, right? And there's something that you really like to do. Let's say you are a nail tech and you love doing nails, but it's something you do on the side for fun, right? And you keep doing it, and then you have the right person come along, and then they recommend you to, their friends, and then you end up meeting a celebrity clientele, and then you start your own business, right? Or you just have like a good clientele, and I'm seeing 111. You have a good clientele of people, and now the possibilities are limitless. What you can do, where you can go, where like you may have gone from barely being able to make ends meet to being able to travel the world, to being able to, take a vacation, take a spiritual retreat, if that's something that you're interested in. Something about you being able to work with your hands is going to change the possibilities around you. Okay. Then we have the patron, mentorship, finances. For some of you, the limitless possibilities is going to be financially based. And I'm hearing benefactor. So I don't know if someone is going to come into your life and is just gonna they're gonna flip the bill for your life. That's what I'm getting. For some of you, this is not for all of you. They're gonna come in and they're gonna take care of everything. It's almost like you're not even gonna have to worry about anything. Like this card talked about, as many stars as there are in the sky, you're only seeing a small, tiny sliver of what's there. This person is going to open, I'm hearing like a whole new world. This person is going to open you up to a whole new world. For those of you where this resonates, for others of you, this is you opening yourself up to a whole new world. And then you see how the hands are here. To me, this is confirmation about you working with your hands, you doing something with your hands that is going to open limitless possibilities. You could be a Reiki healer, because that's what I'm saying. Like you may heal people with your hands. This could be something like you work on people's cars, you make different type of soap, you like just think of things that you would do with your hands, something where you would put your mind and your soul and your sweat and tears in with your hands. Okay, something about that is going to increase your financial situation. If that's what you're looking for, it is going to happen. Okay. Then we have the forgotten missed opportunities for your failure. I think this is just confirmation about that distrust card. Spirit wants you to know that they understand that things have not always worked out the way that you hope they would, but now is the time. And I know it's like I'm hearing Spirit saying, I know it's hard to trust, but just give us another chance. Okay. You haven't missed the opportunity. It just was not the right time, but now it is, okay? Then we have the Acolyte. It says new projects learning. To me, that's talking about newness coming in. That's talking about the limitless possibilities, like things being opened up to you that were not opened up to you before, right? And these new projects, new things that you want to try, things that you've always wanted to learn, you're going to be able to do that. And then for your bottom deck energy, you have the Waker, awareness, reflection. To me, that's just confirmation that things are going to start to work out for you, right? You are in a place of awakeness, because sometimes when things don't work out for our benefit, we think it's because it's, we may think, oh, we're on the wrong track or haven't done anything. Sometimes it's just divine timing, right? A lot of that is just divine timing. And Spirit is saying for you to have the Waker card here and the awareness, to me is saying that now you're a little bit more aware. Maybe there was something you couldn't see before, but now you're privy to that. Now you can see it now. So now we can allow you to be in this particular place or opportunity, okay? We're going to shuffle some of these green oracle deck cards, just to see if we can get any additional messages from Spirit. Spirit, any cards for pile number 1, please? Can I get 2? 2 cards for pile number, 2 cards for pile number 1. I keep wanting to call you pile number 2. Yep, and this came out bottom deck energy for pile number 2. So we have lavender. It says tranquility, kindness, self-care. Can we get one more card, please, Spirit, in the bottom deck energy? One more card, please, for pile number 1. Thank you. Wow. And this came out earlier. We have oak tree, power, courage, strength. Something about this is spirits, I'm hearing you're going to have the strength to get back up again. And I feel like the reason why distrust and failure, fear of failure came out here, it's almost like Spirit wants you to know that they understand what you've had to go through. They understand that you are worried about doing this because you've tried and it didn't work out, right? Spirit is saying you're going to have enough strength and courage to try again, because now is the time. Then it was not the time. Look. And you have sun here. So it says healing energy, happiness, comfort, joy. I think I talked about this. Some of you may have, you may do something with your hands that's very healing. And that's going to open up a lot of limitless possibilities. But your first card is lavender. And I think it's beautiful that lavender is out here, because lavender talks about calmness. It talks about tranquility. People use it, especially in essential oils, to like calm the mind and relax, right? And something about this, Spirit is saying that even though the possibilities will be limitless, remember to center yourself. Remember to be kind to yourself. Remember to be kind to others. Remember, and I think I talked about this in the beginning, where you will be able to almost manifest anything that you want. I would not be surprised if you get readings later on and people are like, you're a major manifester. You've probably already heard this before, and you probably been thinking to yourself, I haven't really been able to manifest anything. Something tells me that you're living in answered prayers, even if you don't recognize it right now. Something about your prayers have been answered, or something about your blessings or your manifestations have come true, even if you don't recognize it as such. And I think part of that is you're almost, I don't want to say taking it for granted, but you're not recognizing the beauty in what it is that has already happened in your life. But that's another story for another day. So I feel like a lot of you, there's a lot of healing in your hands. There's a lot of healing in your voice, I'm hearing as well. Some of you, there is a lot of stillness around you, or there should be, right? I would advise you, if you're not doing it now, to practice just being in a place of stillness, being in a place of calm. Something about that is going to be beneficial to you. And I think I talked about meditation as well. I think you would benefit from some time, some alone time, some meditation. I think it would really do you some good. And you may find the limitless possibilities there. For some of you, you're dreamers. And you may start to see evidence of the limitless possibilities in your dreams. I just saw the card February. So some of this may have started in February, or you could start next February. Okay. All right. Let's get you a couple of cards. Spirit, can we get a couple of cards, please? Wow. This came. Some of you definitely came for pile number 2, because this came out for pile number 2. It says, flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. Yep. Spirit never asked you to lower your standards. Spirit is just saying, then was not the time, and now is the right time. Ask for what it is that you want. Seriously, ask for, even if it seems impossible. Let's say your rent is due tomorrow, and tomorrow is the last day to pay it, right? And you're like, there's no way I can get enough money. Spirit is saying, ask for what you want and allow us to do the rest. And then you have Apple. It says, temptation will test you. To me, this is just like to me, this is also a test. This feels like Spirit is saying, give us an opportunity. Let us do this for you. You have the power to speak things into existence. You have the power to ask for what you want. But if you don't ask for it, how can we help you? And then we have yoke. It says feeling tied down or frustrated. Yep. You may be feeling frustrated because things didn't work out the last time you tried this, and you're like, I don't want to do this again. And then we have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. For some of you, this stranger feels like your guides to me. You may be meeting your guides very soon, or you may be meeting your galactic family if that's something that you resonate with. You could be meeting your galactic family, and they may feel like strangers to you. Some of you, there may be some type of activation. And look, we got the hands here. I didn't even realize that you have hands here. Something about your hands is going to be very significant for you, pile number 1. Then we have boot. It says, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Yes. Whatever you're asked, whatever it is that you want, ask for it. Spirit is saying now is the time to ask for it. Nothing is impossible for Spirit. It's impossible for us because we're humans and we limit ourselves, but nothing is impossible for Spirit. And then look, we have heart, great happiness. Okay. And then your bottom deck energy is grasshopper. It says situations in the balance that require careful handling. So for some of you, there's a lot of careful handling. Not just this, to me, Spirit is saying this is for yourself. Be careful. That careful handling is reminding me of you being more cautious about how you speak to yourself, about the things that you say. Oh, I wish I had so-and-so, or, I never blah, 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 whatever those words are. I am blah, blah, blah. Be careful how you talk to yourself. Be careful how you think about yourself and your situation. Okay. Now, I didn't do this for pile number 2, but I am going to do it for pile number 1. If you have a particular question in your mind that you would like to ask Spirit and you're looking for just a specific answer, look, we got yes. I would say to hold that question in your mind, and I'm going to get 2 cards. So we'll get a card for question number 1 and then a card for question number 2. Okay. So pause the video if you need to, and then come back when you're ready. Okay. Then I just saw 11. Okay. Spirit, can you give me a card for question number 1, please? That was quick. It says, ask your angels. So for some of you, to me, this is confirmation that the handshake, the stranger that you're going to meet is your angels. It is your guides. They're coming forward. So Spirit is asking you to ask them for what it is. Whatever question you just ask, Spirit is saying, ask your angels. Something about this is you connecting with them. This could be your collective family as well. Something about you asking your angels this question and getting the answer is going to really like increase your belief in them, if that makes sense. But yeah, question number 1, ask your angels. Question number 2, Spirit, can we get 1 card, please, for question number 2? Get 1 card for question number 2. We got 2. We got success and unlikely, but we're going to keep shuffling because we're only looking for 1. I think another one turned over, but I can't see. We'll keep shuffling. Okay. You get 1 card for pile number for question 2, pile number 1. It says a year from now. So something you're asking for, it could happen a year from now. And then your bottom deck energy was within the next week. So I always say in situations like this, it's in between. So it could be for a question, it could be additional information for question number 1 or additional information for question number 2. Okay, so this is all of the messages that I have for you, pile number 1. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me and allowing me to tap into your energy. And I would also say, before I let go, this is a card that I thought I saw slip over: communicate clearly. So for some of you, you need to communicate clearly about what you're asking for, but also to communicate with your angels, okay, and your spirit guides. Anyway, thank you for sticking it out with me. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time in your next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the Dream Thief refusal of the call card, then this is yours. It is also card number 13. I when I first was shuffling for these cards, because I of course shuffle for one for pile 1 and also for pile number 2, the first thing I got when I pulled this card was that I feel like in a previous life, you refuse a call from spirit, or you refuse a soul contract that you actually signed. And you are back in this lifetime to actually fulfill it. And I feel like there's a little bit of fighting already. There's a little bit of like, I really don't want to do this. This just doesn't, like, it's not something that you may even be saying to yourself, it doesn't feel right. Like, I don't want to do this. A lot of this, of what I'm feeling, is a lot of fear. And for some of you now, it's a lot of stories coming through, so I'm going to try and get them all out. For some of you, this is something that you've always wanted to do, but the fear of what it would take for you to do this, the quote unquote sacrifice, it doesn't actually have to be a sacrifice, but it may feel like a sacrifice for you. The sacrifice that you have to make in order to do this, you may feel like it is too much to bear. And because of that, you don't really want to try to do this. Okay. You are essentially running. That's what I'm getting from this. It's like you're running. I forgot who said it. There's a saying like, your destiny is running. No, it's you're running, but your destiny is running faster. Like you are not really trying to catch up with your destiny. You're not really trying to accept the call that spirit is giving you. But part of your soul contract here is to accept this call, is to open yourself up, to take flight, so to speak. You may be seeing a lot of birds. An owl may be your spirit animal. It may be your spirit totem I'm getting. For some of you, you may also be seeing monkeys, because I don't know why, but the face of this this bird makes me think of like monkey. I'm literally hearing like the Monkey King. So I don't know if you just watched that movie. I am going to read this one out of the book, but I wanted to tell you what I was getting instantly. There's so much that's here about your refusal to accept the call. Like I said, for some of you, this is something that you really want to do, but you're afraid of the sacrifice. For others of you, you are fighting this calling. You may have known this for quite some time, and maybe things they're not quite as perfect as you thought that they should be. And because of that, you're like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Like, and you're stepping back from the call, and spirit is saying you came into this life specifically to answer the calling that is on your life, to answer the calling, that you did not answer in a previous life. So I'm going to read this one from the book just to see some other messages we might get. Also, I want to say this right here at the bottom makes me think of like a crystal ball. So for some of you, you may be called to be auras. You may be called to see into the future. If that's not your bag, you'll know, because for most of the people who they've been called to do this, you've had some inkling of this. You've had some type of confirmation from spirit about this. So you'll know if that's your call. If it's not, that doesn't mean that this pile is not for you, but I'm just letting you know what I'm getting. Okay. So it says, this is card number 13. It says reflection of the path of fulfillment, refusal of the call. It says the dream thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. Yep, you don't want to move. It's almost like I said, I think I said this earlier, the sacrifice that you would have to make. For some of you, it's like giving up your comfort and going into the unknown, okay? It says she wants to tell your old stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond that. Ask yourself whether you are reverting back to the familiarity or the origin story of why you were wounded or when you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else? Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed. Remember things that you have remembering that you have new stories to rely upon and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass you've placed between you and the horizon? You can, and it's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to selling the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the dream thief to sleep so you can wake up and move forward. You are so much more than you know. Know it's time to express what has lain dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. So for some of you, your life, I guess you can say your soul contract this time around is, I'm feeling like you're supposed to live life to the fullest. I don't know if you limited yourself. It could be like in a past life, if that's something you believe in. In a past life, you like severely limited yourself, and it could be because, of responsibilities. It could be because of, things that you felt like you had to do. You didn't have any other choice, or expectations, right? Something about this soul contract for this lifetime is you releasing and answering the call to be more free, to be more adventurous, to tap into things that you wouldn't normally do. Like I would not be surprised if you've lived in the same place your whole life, or if you've moved, this only been like across the street or down the corner, right? I would not be surprised if you've had the same job for the past 10, 15 years. I would not be surprised if you followed the pattern of your parents. They went to college, so you went to the same college. They didn't go to college, so you didn't go. Like, I would not be surprised if your life is literally cookie cutter. I would not be surprised if it was, you get up, you go to work, you get off, you eat, you watch a couple of TV, you may read, and then go to bed. It's very consistent. I would not be surprised if that was your life. And something about your soul contract this lifetime, in this particular lifetime, is to answer the call of freedom. I'm hearing that. Something about whatever this is that you're supposed to be doing, this calling that is been placed on your life, the soul contract that you signed coming here, it is about you releasing yourself. For some of you, you've kept yourself so bound. Like, you may even feel like that right now. You've kept yourself so bound. For some of you, this is confirmation that you're on the right track. For others of you, this is confirmation that you need to move. You need to get out. You need to explore. You need to do different things. You need to tap into your own intuition. You need to, I don't know, whatever it is, that thing that gives you freedom that you don't tell anybody about. Or maybe you've told other people about and they have made you feel horrible for wanting to do something like that. Or they make you feel crazy because it's something that you're excited about. And they may be telling you, oh, you're like, if you do this, you're going to come back. Or if you do this, like, it's not going to last long. You're not going to be able to make it. Something about you answering this call, it's something freeing about it. And I will also say that you may struggle. I'm going to put this out there. You may struggle to answer this call. And what I mean by that is there may be an assumption that you're going to answer this call and everything is going to be easy. It is not. This does not feel like you're going to answer the call and everything is going to be smooth sailing. It's almost like you're going to have to fight for this freedom. You're going to have to fight to answer this call. Now, this is not for all of you, but there is something so beautiful on the other side of this. Like, think of like climbing a mountain. It is not the easiest thing to do. Going up the side of a cliff is not the easiest thing to do, but the beauty that you see when you're at the top, it makes the climb worth it. For some of you, that's what I'm getting. Something you're doing that's going to free you. It is not the easiest task to do. Like I talked about this earlier, you may be giving up certain comforts. You may be giving up the norm, right? It may be easy to just stay where you are and to not venture out and do something different. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, like, why don't I just do this for another year or another 6 months or another 2 months? And Spirit is saying, you can't. Spirit is saying you can't. You don't really have that option. There is so much more out there for you. And in order to do this, you're going to have to go up this mountain. You're going to have to traverse the side of this cliff, because there is freedom waiting for you somewhere. Sorry about that, pile number 2. I had to turn on the light. It's a lot better. So we're going to pull a couple of cards just to get some additional messages that Spirit might have for us. I'm sure there's plenty of messages for us in regards to this. Like when I was shuffling these cards, I actually kind of went out of order and did pile number 2 first, because this card was really calling out to me. Like the messages, the downloads were just like firing off. So I wanted to go ahead and get that out there. So let's get you a couple of cards. Let's see what other messages that Spirit might have for you. Spirit, or us. Spirit, can we get a couple of cards, please, for pile number 2 in regards to the dream thief refusal of the call? For pile number 2, I'm hearing someone made you feel stupid for wanting to do what it is that you're doing, or wanting to answer this call. Somebody made you feel like crazy. They made you feel like I don't know, like you weren't thinking it through. You haven't thought through all of the issues, the problems. Something about this, someone has made you feel less than because this is something that you want to do. We have the champion, achievement, downfall. Okay. Spirit, can we get a couple of more cards, please? Thank you. We have, wow, the thief. It says seizing the moment, selfishness. Then we have the musician, inspiration, gratitude. Okay. Can we get a couple of more cards, please, Spirit? Okay. We have the muse, generosity, naivete. One more card, and then the bottom deck energy, please, Spirit. It's too many. Can I get one more card, please, for pile number 2? We have the brawler. Thank you. It says lack of empathy, confrontation. I'm going to put that here. And then bottom deck energy is the fate. Wow. Okay. Pile number 2. Let's talk about, and I just saw 1111. So new beginnings is coming for you whether you want it or not. All right, let's go. So your first card is the champion, achievement, downfall. For some of you, well, probably for most of you, I'm feeling like great success with whatever this is. And it doesn't have to be monetary success. I know a lot of times when we think of success, that's what we think of. But something about this is going to be very fulfilling to you. I'm seeing Switzerland in my mind's eye. I can't think of the movie. There's a specific K-drama that I am thinking of where she ends up going to like, I think it's like North Korea or something like that. She falls on the other side of the wall. It's a really great K-drama, but for some reason I'm thinking of that, and I'm like seeing almost kind of like ships passing in the night. Something about this calling, you may even feel, for some of you, now this is not going to be for all of you, for some of you, you may feel like it's too late for you to answer the call. So let's say, take, for example, you've always wanted to be a singer, and now you're really going to go for it, but you're worried because you feel like you're too old, or you feel like you're too young, or you feel like you're too inexperienced. And you keep letting this opportunity pass you by. And Spirit is saying now is the time, right? There's a lot of achievement that's going to come with this. And it's almost like you have two sides of the same coin, right? You can keep letting this be your downfall, or you can answer the call and reach for achievement, reach for those goals, okay? Then we have pile number 2. It says the thief, seizing the moment, selfishness. So someone has really stolen the light from within you. And this is not everybody, okay? So for some of you, someone is stolen the light from within you in regards to what it is that you want to do. And it could be you've stolen this from yourself. You've made yourself feel like you're not going to be good enough, and that's why you're not trying. Or like you tried a couple of things and it didn't work out, and you're like, oh, it's just not meant to be. Like, and that's why I mentioned, like, for some, this is not going to be an easy path. This is not just going to be something you're going to wake up, you're going to decide to do it, you're going to wake up, and it's all going to be done. It doesn't, not this particular thing. It doesn't work like that. For some of you, it might, but for most of you, it will not. Okay. This may also feel like your world is turned completely upside down. And you may go from being someone who is selfless to selfish. And I know a lot of people hear that word and they put a negative connotation to it. But in this particular aspect that I'm talking about, because I don't think selfishness is always like negative, I think it can be positive, right? If you're the type of person that overextends yourself and you're the type of person who give, but you rarely give to yourself, Spirit is asking you to be selfish. And I just saw 1414. So I don't know if your birthday is on the 14th, or if you're listening to this and you like do military time and you see like the number 14, that could be confirmation for you. And then also we have the number 13 and 14. So that's continuation. But some of you, I'm also getting the message that something may happen this week or the next 2 to 3 weeks where you will be able to seize the moment. There is going to be almost like this perfect opportunity for you to seize the moment. And Spirit is saying when it comes, grab it by the horns and don't let go. Okay. Then we have the musician, inspiration, gratitude. Spirit wants you to live in a place of gratitude and understanding that everything everything happens for a reason. And that to know that things will work out, right? Sometimes the easiest thing is to make the decision, right? Because even sometimes when you make the decision and you're going through the hard issues to make this thing happen, you remember that you made this decision for a reason. And that to me kind of makes this full circle where we come back to the soul contract, right? The contract that you signed before you came into this life, okay? For some of you, this is about starting a music career. And it's crazy because when I was giving the example earlier, I immediately thought about, I think it's 2 Chainz. I think it's 2 Chainz. He started, he didn't really take off until he was 44, right? So for some of you, this may be, something that you want to do and you're worried that you're too old or too young, or you don't have enough experience, or you're not around the right people. Spirit is saying that this is your calling. Start small, even if you have to start where you're just recording yourself on YouTube. Start small if that's something you want to do. That's only if it resonates. If you know that you've never wanted to be a singer or a musician, then this is not for you, okay? Or at least this part of the reading is not for you. I would also say that some of you may get confirmation through through music from Spirit about your calling. You may get confirmation through music about anything that Spirit is trying, any messages that Spirit is trying to give to you. So if you are like me, a music head and you love music, Spirit may start speaking to you through music specifically this week. Okay. Then we have the muse, generosity, naivete. I was talking about this earlier when I said that some of us, you can be the type of person who stretch yourself too thin and you give, but you never have anything in return. And to me, this is confirmation that may actually be someone's reality, where you give so much that you've forgotten to turn around and give to yourself, right? And Spirit is saying something about you answering this call is going to be you putting yourself first. It's almost going to be like you're choosing yourself for the first time, and that may be hard. It may even make you defensive, because if someone, I won't say tries to get you not to choose yourself, but if someone kind of talks against you choosing yourself, it may make you a bit defensive, and you may not mean to be, but you may come off as a bit defensive. And Spirit is saying it is okay to choose you. It is okay to want the best for you. It is okay to even be generous to yourself. If you're going to give, it's nothing wrong with giving to yourself. Like we have the selfishness card, right? Spirit is saying there is so much that has been taken for you, and now it's time for you to answer the call, okay? Then we have the brawler. It says lack of empathy, confrontation. So for some of you, I think I just mentioned that you may feel a little, you may feel a little defensive about people's feelings about you choosing yourself. And Spirit is saying sometimes we have to hold that empathy within us, right? Because we don't, especially if you're the type of person who gives a lot. Most times people like that, we don't really like confrontation. We try to avoid it at all costs. For some of you, you will have to face some of this confrontation. You will have to, it's almost like I'm hearing you're going to have to stand up for yourself. You're going to have to speak up for yourself and speak up for this call, but try and have a little bit more empathy, because especially if you are the type of person who give, and you're finally choosing you, people are not going to take it well. And it's because they are trying to experience you in the ways that you've always shown up, right? And you doing something completely new, unapologetically you, may cause people to feel some type of way. Spirit is saying have a bit of empathy. Don't like be naive and be like, oh, well, you know, I'm just not going to do. Nope. That's not what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying have empathy, but still stand up for yourself, right? Then you have your bottom deck energy, which is the fate. And it's beautiful that you got this card because Spirit is basically saying that this, the refusal of the call and you answering it now is fate. Spirit is also saying that there is going to be guidance that's going to be coming for you. There is going to be help that's going to come probably. And I'm hearing from the most unlikeliest of places. You may start getting help from, you know, people that you never thought you would get help from, friends that you thought you would never get help from. You may start to get help from those people. Okay. Let's get a couple of cards. Spirit, can we get 2 cards, please? For pile number 2, all about the soul contract they came here to fulfill in this lifetime. Okay. I'm going to show it to you. It says sage, wisdom, purification, harmony. I'm going to keep shuffling to see if that's your card though. Spirit, is that pile number 2's card? No, it is not. Okay, we're going to keep shuffling, okay? Can we get 2 cards, please, Spirit? For pile number 2. Too many cards. Got 2 cards. Okay, here we go. So we have watering can, asking for help. Yes, where is it? Accepting help. Wow. Watering can, asking for help, sharing burdens, okay? So some help may be coming for you for sure. Then you have butterfly, transformation, joy, beauty, transience. And then your bottom deck energy is lavender. It says tranquility, kindness, self-care. Okay, so pile number 2, to me, this is just additional confirmation of what Spirit was talking about, right? It in fate, it said that you'll be accepting help, but it's also asking you to ask for help, right? And this doesn't have to be from physical people. This could be from your guides. This could be from your angels. If you have physical people that you can ask for help from, then I would definitely say if you feel comfortable to do that, absolutely do so because you're going to be divinely guided to do so. But Spirit is asking you to share the burdens. For some of you, there may be some stress that is on you, and just by talking it out with others, it may help you feel better. And then we have the butterfly here. So it talks about transformation. And I feel like a lot of your reading is talking about, to me, like taking flight, like shedding the old, like I'm hearing out with the old, in with the new. You may be shedding a lot. You may be coming out of your comfort zone. You may no longer be in your cocoon that was like nice and cozy and cuddly. You're going into something completely different, and it may scare the shit out of you. But Spirit is telling you that this move, this whatever it is that you want to do, it is divinely guided. This is a transformation that is meant to happen at this time. And that's why you're being called to this reading anyway. You wouldn't be here if this message was not meant for you. It's time. Okay. I'm literally hearing, I think it's, from The Lion King, where, Rafiki tells Simba it's time and he's going up like the cliff. I'm hearing that. Okay. Let's get you some cards. That was quick. We have, flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Yep. So for some of you, whatever this is, don't be tempted to go for the path of least resistance. I would also say if you have to start slow, but don't limit yourself when you know you can do so much more. Okay. What else, Spirit? Okay. We have nest. It says an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Yeah. For some of you, if you've been wanting to start a family, that is going to be something that's going to happen for you. And then you have wealth here. So wealth is definitely coming in. And it says getting together with friends, dogs. So for some of you, the people you may be asking for help from may be friends. It may be family. For some of you, this is going to happen in December, but we're going to keep shuffling. I'm going to get one more card. Spirit, can we get one more card, please, for pile number 2? Yeah, for some of you, this is about wealth. This is about growing the wealth in your family. This is about taking on your own wealth. This is about you starting something completely new, like a new adventure. You may be moving somewhere. You may be starting a new business. You may be starting a new job. There's a lot of newness around you. And then we have unicorn. It says, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Yes, trust your intuition. Your intuition is definitely going to be guiding you. down this path is going to be guiding you toward whatever it is that you're supposed to be going to. And look, you got forest. It says muddle, unclear thinking. I literally just heard can't see the forest for the trees. So for some of you, Spirit is going to remove the trees or clear the path for you to be able to see the forest. Okay. I want to get you one card encouragement from the Cherry Blossom deck. So let's see if Spirit can give us one last card, some meditation or encouraging words to remember. Spirit, can we get one card for pile number 2, please, from the Cherry Blossom Oracle deck? One card for pile number 2. One card for pile number 2, please. Oh, thank you. Wow, we have listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice, often referred to as intuition. Where do we have it? Right here. It says use your intuition to make beneficial changes. So your intuition is coming out again. It says use your inner voice. Your inner voice, often referred to as intuition or inner wisdom, is a guiding force that speaks from the depths of your being. So trust your intuition. You're definitely being divinely guided. You will know it. You will know what it feels like to be divinely guided, right? Sometimes you have to do it a couple of times, but you'll notice that things will start to feel right. Even if they're hard, they'll feel right, okay? So then we have nurture yourself. It says nurturing yourself involves listening to your needs and tending to your physical and emotional well-being. To me, this is just confirmation that Spirit is saying that you're going to, for the first time, for some of you, for the first time in your life, you are going to choose you, regardless of how it makes other people feel, regardless of their perceptions of what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing. For the first time in probably forever, or for some of you in a long time, you're going to be choosing you, and Spirit is saying it's okay. Okay. Pile number 2. This is all of the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this reading and sticking with me all the way to the end. And I'll see you next time in your next one. Bye.